a lost utopia, an advanced civilization with flying machines and crystal power, a kingdom swallowed by the sea in a single day and night of catastrophe. This is the Atlantis we know. But what if this entire myth started as a philosophical thought experiment? To find the real Atlantis, we don't need sonar. We need to go back to the source. Welcome to Atlantis. Legend says it was here. Where is here? Well, it depends on who you ask. For the definitive account comes from the Greek philosopher Plato, around 360 BCE. He didn't write a history book. He wrote 2 dialogues called Timaeus and Critias. And in them, Plato describes Atlantis as a powerful naval empire that existed 9,000 years before his time. It was a wealthy, technologically advanced island nation located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, what we call the Strait of Gibraltar. He describes its concentric rings of water and land, its majestic palace, and its prosperous people. But then, according to Plato, the people of Atlantis became corrupt. Their virtue was lost to greed and power. They became aggressive and attempted to conquer the entire Mediterranean. Only the ideal, virtuous city of Athens could stand against them. And for their hubris, the gods sent a single terrible day and night of earthquakes and floods. Atlantis sank into the sea, vanishing forever, becoming nothing but a memory of the ocean's power and the dangers of imperial arrogance. Okay. So now we have questions. Did Atlantis really exist? Was it here or here? Was there a great flood? And what about all the stuff Plato described? Well, let's start at the beginning. Why did Plato tell this story? Here's the crucial part that most people miss. Plato's entire body of work was about defining the ideal state and the nature of a just society. His most famous work is the Republic. So why did he tell this story about Atlantis? Scholars widely agree Atlantis was a philosophical allegory. It was a plot device. The noble ancient Athens that defeats Atlantis represents Plato's ideal republic, a state so virtuous it can defeat a mighty, technologically superior enemy. Atlantis itself is the perfect cautionary tale, a great nation that collapses from within due to its own moral decay. In other words, Atlantis is a metaphor, an extended metaphor, a story meant to illustrate philosophical points about virtue, hubris, and the ideal society. Plato wasn't a historian. He was a philosopher. He was using a compelling story to make a point about hubris, corruption, and the ideal society. For him, the truth of Atlantis wasn't in its coordinates, but in its lesson. So when Atlantis entered the public domain, shall we say, it was ripe for the picking. For centuries after Plato, most people understood it was a myth. But in the late 1800s, a politician named Ignatius Donnelly published a book, Atlantis, the Antediluvian World. He took Plato's story literally and argued that all ancient civilizations descended from this advanced Atlantean race. This idea exploded. Suddenly, every unexplained ancient marvel, the pyramids, Stonehenge, Mayan temples, was attributed to refugees from Atlantis. It was co-opted by mystics and even by the Nazis for their propaganda. The myth had completely detached from its philosophical origins. So where is Atlantis? Well, legend says it's here, there, maybe here. Or maybe the real Atlantis is the friends we made along the way. Ignatius Donnelly would probably say it's here. Plato would probably smile and say, "Look for it in your soul." I'm the host. This is Atlas Obscura. Do you believe in Atlantis? Let us know in the comments below and subscribe for more journeys into the facts behind the fiction.